Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us tonight. Freedom of speech around Christmas time. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. As we reported last night, the ESPN network refused to run an ad by the Cardinal Glennon Children's Medical Center in St. Louis. ESPN would not provide a spokesman and will not define exactly why they rejected this advertisement.
Each Christmas, thousands in our community send messages of hope to sick and injured children who may not be able to come home for the holidays. At SSM Cardinal Glennon Children's Medical Center, we celebrate the birth of Jesus and the season of giving, bringing hope to the many children, parents, and families that we serve. Our patients are filled with hope as they receive a message each day from the treasure chest beneath our tree of hope.
They made me smile.
Help us reveal God's healing presence this Christmas. Send your message of hope at glennon.org.
Now, ESPN has a legal right to reject the ad. It's their candy store. They can pretty much do what they want. But it is a foolish decision, as millions of their viewers think the way that I do. What's the beef? The birth of Jesus offends you? Have you not heard of the federal holiday? It doesn't make business sense either, as 80% of this country is Christian. So who are you pandering to, ESPN? The result of the controversy is that the Children's Medical Center in St. Louis folded. Not only would they not come on the Factor to talk about the story, but they've now submitted another commercial without any religious reference. So ESPN gets their money. But why on earth would the Cardinal Glennon Hospital cave? Don't you people realize you've been insulted? Your faith has been demeaned? Do you not get that? Apparently they don't. Gutless says it all. There are plenty of other networks that would accept the original ad because there's nothing wrong with it. It violates nothing. It only offends maniacs. If an ad for a Catholic children's hospital offends you because it mentions the birth of Jesus around Christmas time and, quote, God's healing presence, then you are a loon. Write it down. You are a loon. ESPN is simply dumb. I cannot understand why they made the decision. It's insulting to Christians, it's bad business, and it's just plain stupid. Especially when you consider that the family-friendly Walt Disney Company owns ESPN. And that's the memo. Now for the top story tonight, reaction joining us from Miami, advertising executive Bruce Turkel. And here in the New York studio, Peter Shankman, a marketing consultant. So you're siding with ESPN, I understand.
ESPN has the right to do it. It is their station, as you said.
And I just pointed that out, correct?
But they're not pandering. 80% of the country might be Christian. That's very true. But ESPN doesn't serve Christians. ESPN serves sports fans. And ESPN produces sports shows. And they have the right to air commercials, which they do, and people expect to see commercials. People don't expect to see religion. It's two different things. And ESPN has a set of standards and practices. They chose to put those into place. And
they did not define standard and practices to us.
They have standards and practices for every commercial that goes on.
Then why wouldn't they tell us what those are so we can see if this ad comes under those standard and practices?
They don't have to. I'm not saying starting around. They don't have to share it just like Fox doesn't.
You're a marketing guy, all right? This is stupid marketing, is it not?
It's a bigger. Here's the thing. We're going to make it a couple of days story right here.
Yes.
And it'll be forgotten about. Had it been shown?
No, it won't be forgotten about.
It'll be forgotten about.
No, it won't.
Had it been shown?
It's already on Drudge.
It's going to be forgotten about. The people who watch ESPN don't care. They're sports fans.
Most of the people who watch ESPN, I will agree, are not going to not watch ESPN if there's a game they want to see.
But it would have offended, not necessarily offended them.
Isn't there anything to say about goodwill toward an operation? This is stupid. It makes no sense.
They're letting the ad run. They just want to change their
No, they're not letting the ad run. They said they wouldn't take the ad. Mr. Turkel, what do you say?
I say that Peter's right. They care about eyeballs. They care about their customers.
And this is going to help them draw more.
Wait a minute. They care about the people who wouldn't like it.
This lunacy is going to help ESPN draw more eyeballs in? Is that what you're telling me?
No, what it's going to do, it's going to keep people who would object from tuning out. I mean, maybe what they're afraid of is if you like a religious commercial, you go to church and you won't watch a ball game on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. That's what
they are selling eyeballs. They care about revenue.
Right. Well, if they're selling eyeballs, this is alienating 80% of the eyeballs.
But it's not.
But it will.
No, I don't agree with that.
No, you're both wrong, because they may not watch. I'm not going to say that they'll boycott, but there'll be ill will by people who are Christian because there's no reason on earth, and they won't provide their standard and practices, which says they don't have a boycott about this ad. Some idiot made the decision, and now they're too proud to back down.
Bill, there could be another point. The point could be about the charitable request. It's very possible
no,
that
they took Jesus and God's presence. No, you're wrong again, Mr. Turkel. Let's 2 for 2. They took Jesus's out, and they took God's healing presence out, and they ran the ad.
They ran the ad. Why? Maybe it's because they don't know where the charitable monies are going.
Wait a minute, Mr. Turkel.
Maybe they haven't seen 501c3 papers.
Maybe doesn't exist on this program. We asked them for a spokesperson. They said no. Why? They're afraid. We asked them for their standards and practices, as Peter rightly pointed out. Let's see what your regulations are, okay? They won't provide. They're afraid. They know they're wrong. Now, Disney is the parent company. Disney's all over Christmas, all right? Okay, so hypocrisy here?
No, it's a different market. It's a different market segment.
Wait, Mr. Turkel, it's Peter's turn. So you're telling me that the sports market doesn't want to hear the word Jesus.
They don't want to hear it, but it's not appropriate. It's not.
What do you mean it's not appropriate? It's a spot.
They're not tuning in to hear the word Jesus.
It's a commercial. It's not part of their
It's the same
games.
reason that they don't show commercials primarily for women's products. They're not going to tune in for that either.
Wait, hold it. There's no ban on women's products.
There's not a ban, but would a smart advertiser advertise on ESPN selling things that wouldn't necessarily appeal to the market?
This is a charitable solicitation for a hospital that hurts children, and ESPN says we're not going to help those children.
Run the ad because they changed 2 words in it.
And there's no reason to change them because they're in context. One is in context of Christmas, the other is it's a Catholic hospital. So they're imposing their insanity
but as you said, that's their choice. The hospital, and I'm not denying it's an advertisement to help children, but the hospital could have gone to any other station and said maybe you'll live.
The hospital, they're cowards. All right? They're cowards. I'm not sticking up for them.
My real question is, why would the hospital choose ESPN in the first place? That just doesn't seem like a good fit.
Because maybe they think that guys watching sports are generous. All right?
Because guys in stadiums say Jesus and God a lot when they're watching games.
Well, now they have in the same context. Well, Mr. Turkel, now you were 0 for 2, but now you've just brought up a brilliant point. The next time a football player goes, "Thank you, Jesus, because we won," they're going to blip it out. They got to blip it out. They got to go on delay and blip Jesus out, Mr. Turkel. Yes.
I'd wait to see that happen. I wouldn't count on that, Bill. I don't think that's going to happen.
No. If they want to be, if they have standards, can't have Jesus. They say Jesus.
Commercial standards versus player standards, I guess.
All right. You guys are both wrong. Merry Christmas. Next on the rundown. Before we get to Gutfeld and McGurk, I just received a statement from ESPN. Isn't this interesting? This comes from Josh Kulowitz. He is a vice president over there. He says, quote, "We have again reviewed the ads submitted for the Cardinal Glennon Children's Medical Center and have concluded that we will accept the original requested commercial." Well, very good, ESPN. I'm glad. Right. You know, we didn't want to do that. I like Sports Center. We didn't want. Okay, come back to me, please. Thank you.
Not for the kids.
Yeah, we've seen the kids. I like Sports Center. I didn't want to go after them. I know a lot of people who work there. They're good guys. But you know what's right is right. I'm glad you guys are going to do this.
Another notch in the O'Reilly belt. Maybe
whatever. It's not about me.
They want to hire Tim Tebow, probably.
It's not about me. All right, back.